Good day, everyone. I pray that everyone is having a wonderful Sunday on this joyful Sunday. I want to hop on and pour into you on today and just put out a reminder about the importance of remembering to believe God's report and not man's. Amen. Um, I'm gonna tell you just a little piece of my testimony. I can remember there was a time around this time last year, which actually it started before towards the end of 2024. I had found a lump in my breast, and I remember thinking, oh, okay, all right, here we go, right? And I was sitting and I was praying to God and I was talking to God and everything, and God told me at that moment, He was just like, trust me. And it was in the sense of, it was almost like a question, do you trust me? Yes, God, I trust you. And He was saying, trust me with it all. So I said, okay. So then fast forward, I was like, okay, God, this is around the holidays, I just want to kind of hold out. I'm not telling nobody to do this. I'm just telling you what my testimony is. I was like, okay, it's around the holidays. I don't really want to say anything to my family or anything like that. Of course, I tell my husband, but I don't want to say anything to many people about the situation. I just want to get through the holidays and then we can do what we need to do. And I was like, but God, I trust you. I trust you in all. So at that moment, God was letting me know that it was cancer. And I was like, okay, all right. So fast forward, went to the doctor. First doctor I went to, they was like, yeah, it's probably just a cyst. And in my brain, my spirit, I'm like laughing. And I know that may sound strange to others, but I was laughing because I'm like, no, I know what it is, right? And so I went along with what the lady was saying, but I was also saying to myself, I would definitely be getting a second opinion. But before I could even do that, my actual doctor contacted me, had them to contact me and say, hey, no, I want you to go see an actual surgeon, and I want them to pretty much do a biopsy so that we can rule things out, because that's what I was going to say anyway. So I didn't have to say it, right? So I did that, went to that doctor. Lo and behold, what he tell me is probably just a cyst. But even though it's probably just a cyst, I didn't have to say a word once again. He said, I'm going to have you to go and get a biopsy done. Went and got a biopsy done. Came back, it confirmed exactly what it was that God had told me, right? So in that sense, it was just like, okay, well, whose report are you going to believe? And it's crazy because that doesn't always mean a good thing. It could be a good thing or a particular trial that you about to end up facing, that God says, whose report are you going to believe? Whenever it comes down to things like that, even though it's a bad thing that was happening, all things work for the good of those who love the Lord. So I knew that it was going to work for me, and God is still working, right? But I put my trust in Him, and I knew that I had to believe His report over man. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I had to do, even though it was something that was bad that was going to happen. But I put my trust in the Lord. So my question is, whose report are you going to believe? Even in the good things, even in the things that God has for you, that He says that He has for you, that He tells you that this particular door is going to open, but the man trying to turn around and try to tell you that it's not, or even yourself try to tell you that it's not. If God said a thing, He shall do it. It shall come to pass. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's going to come to pass. It's just up to us to make sure that we recognize that it's God that's saying these particular things, and that we don't allow ourselves or others to get in the way and try to tell us anything different. We have to believe the reports of the Lord. There are so many scriptures in the Bible that talk about believing the report of the Lord. So I would just encourage you to look it up. God, I just had one, but I don't close my Bible up. But I would encourage you to actually look it up. I think Isaiah 53 is one of them. But look in the Bible. Think about the things, that occurred in the Bible whenever God gave, the people a report, and it didn't look like it was going to come to pass, but yet it did. And that's how it is for us in life, even now. A lot of times in life, there are things that look like they're not going to come to pass, but they will. And they have. We just have to believe the report of the Lord and not the report of man or the report of ourselves. It is very important, because if we don't, we can find ourselves, in a headspace that we don't need to be in. So we have to trust. If we're going to put our trust in God, we have to put our trust in God wholeheartedly in all things, no matter whether it's something that's happening that you're going through that seems like you can't get out of it. But God said that you will. Put your trust in the Lord and know that you will come through. As long as, like we was talking, the word was going forth at church today, as long as we continue to move forward, we will come through. We just have to make sure that we don't get stagnant and get stuck. Amen. Amen, y'all. I pray that you are blessed on the day. Continue to be blessed on the day and continue to be blessed on the rest of the week. I pray that you stay safe. And I pray that you continue to believe the word of the Lord. As always, don't forget to like, share, and follow Pouring Substance on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Quora, and Pinterest. Y'all be blessed. And remember who you belong to. And that is the Lord.